starting off with a vlog in Vero Beach. I'm here. I've been shooting some B-roll here of some of the sights and sounds for you guys. I headed up here from Stuart today because today's actually going to be a journey where we're going to be taking a trip across Florida State Road 60 or Route 60, depending on what you want to call it. And it's sort of like a miniature version of Route 66 for the US because it goes from the east coast of Florida here in Vero Beach. Technically it begins at Sexton Plaza where the road actually starts, but it goes across the state through a bunch of orange groves, through passing nearby Lakeland, Florida, where I went to college with my wife, and continuing on through Tampa Bay and into Clearwater Beach and ending at Pier 60 in Clearwater Beach. And I'm actually going to be doing a project where I'm going to be documenting 4 specific photos. I'm going to take a bunch of photos today, but I'm going to be trying to capture 4 specific shots that are going to be for the purpose of printing and framing on the wall above our couch in our living room at our new house. I've always wanted to populate the walls of a house with photos and artwork that I've captured, so I'm starting to do that now. And as you saw in one of my previous vlogs, I got a couple of really cool shots down in Bay Honda State Park of the bridge there at sunset. That's going to go up in our dining room once I get that printed. And today is going to be a series of 4 photos starting here in Vero Beach at the Vero Pier, which is a private pier, but it's always a landmark that my wife and I used to take walks to when we used to live in Vero back in the day. I was going to do a picture of the boardwalk, but it's actually under construction right now. They've actually ripped half of it up right now, so not too great for a framed photo on our wall. So I'm gonna go with what my wife wanted anyway. She wanted me to get a shot of the Vero Pier here, so I'm gonna go down and do that with my A7C. I've got the Tamron 28 to 200 millimeter f2.8 to 5.6 lens. We're gonna be going over there and getting some shots of it. And then we'll be hitting the road and heading west on State Road 60. So buckle up, because it's gonna be a fun one today. Okay, as you can see, we are here at the Vero Pier, and this is a popular spot. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of Instagram shots are taken right here. I see online a lot, and this would obviously be the obvious composition to use for this shot because, by the way, I forgot to mention all of these prints today that I'm going to be shooting are going to be vertical prints, so I have to keep that in mind while taking these pictures to make sure I'm getting compositions that suit themselves for vertical orientation prints. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this one, then I'm going to go around and try to get a couple other creative angles, see what I can come up with, and we'll be done here and we'll be heading west. For a little bit after leaving Vero, and I'm on State Road 60 as we speak, and I just passed through some orange groves there on State Road 60 between Yeehaw Junction and Lake Wales. It's pretty much the middle of the state, like middle of nowhere area, but it's beautiful, and it's part of a drive I've done so many times because I used to have to do that all the time because my wife and I met in college in Lakeland, Florida, and that's, you know, her family, she grew up in Vero Beach on the East Coast, and so we would take trips to Vero all the time from college, and so I did this drive like, you know, a billion times through college, and then she graduated a year before me, so she was back home in Vero while I was every weekend driving from Lakeland to Vero Beach on State Road 60 to come see her. So it's always a sentimental drive for me a little bit, but I really enjoy the drive now because it's just it's pure Florida to me. It's that, you know, you're driving through orange groves. If you have your windows down, you can smell the citrus in the air. It's very Florida. But yeah, I just pulled over on the side of the road, and I saw some, I was starting to get a little bit nervous because I kept passing all these orange groves that were not producing any fruit yet, or if they were, you know, very ripe and very greenish looking fruit. So I finally passed this one area that was orange groves that had some full oranges. So I pulled over and tried to get some shots of it with my A7C, just shooting out the window of the car, and I'll throw a few of those up in the video now so you can see what I got. And I think there might be 1 or 2 that could be what I was going for. Not to mention the sky finally opened up and there was a little bit of bright light and blue sky again, which is also something I was hoping for with these shots. Again, this series of photos I'm going to be putting on our wall in our living room is starting off with that Vero Pier on the right-hand side, and then it's representing the East Coast, and then, you know, the furthest east point of State Road 60, and then it's going to be the orange groves, which represent the middle of Florida and, you know, the true roots of Florida. And then the next shot we're heading to is in Lakeland, Florida, because while Lakeland isn't exactly right off of State Road 60, I always associate it with the drive because of obvious reasons that I explained already, with having been going to college in Lakeland back in the day. I'm gonna go get a shot in downtown Lakeland of Lake Mirror, where I'm shooting across the lake, and I'm gonna try to capture the fountain that's there, and I'm gonna try to capture the area where there's these gates that lead to this underground shopping mall that used to exist underneath of the downtown area of Lakeland. And that spot of the Lake Mirror where these gates are is where I actually proposed to my wife and where we had our first kiss and everything. And you may have heard this in some of my previous vlogs. I've explained that. Go back and check some of those out. But yeah, that's where I'm going to be trying to get a shot of, because obvious reasons for having a photo in my wife and I's house would be nice to incorporate that in this series of 4 photos I'm going to be doing on our wall in our living room. And then we're going to leave there and head to Clearwater Beach, and I'm going to get a shot of the west coast of Florida at sunset, right before sunset, with all the beautiful color. It's supposed to be beautiful and sunny there today, so we're going to get some great shots of Pier 60, which is literally the furthest west point of State Road 60 as it turns into the pier, just like how Route 66 turns into Santa Monica Pier on the west coast in California. It's a very similar setup. So we're gonna get a couple of shots of that there, and then we will be done for the day. So, all right, I'll check in with you guys when we get to Lakeland. Okay, we're here in downtown Lakeland now. Time to set up, find a good shot, good composition of downtown. It's looking like it's gonna work out. I think there is a huge, humongous new structure being built right behind where I normally, or where this whole scene is that I was thinking of capturing. And this huge structure is a gigantic eyesore that I'm gonna try to not showcase in this photo. But geez, I might just barely be able to keep it out of here, so we'll see. All right, walking down to the spot down here, right up on the lake. And here we go. This is the vista I was hoping to capture. You can see, zoom in a bit, fountain. That's where my wife and I got engaged and had our first kiss. Lake Mirror here. This is iconic building here, hotel in downtown Lakeland, that's awesome. And then a gigantic structure being built right here that was not there before. So I'm gonna try to frame this right here. So we'll see. Wow. Okay, well I think I found the frame I'm gonna do here. Coming over to this spot by the lake, I was able to get a better composition where I've got the fountain and right where I was hoping to capture where my wife and I got engaged, and this building all in one little frame right here, while keeping that gross building structure thing that's being built out of the shot. So let's see if we can get it. Well, it's not exactly what I was hoping for, but I think it'll make it work. I'd have to tweak it in Photoshop a little bit. I got a couple of shots with the framing I really wanted, but I was getting a little bit of that structure in it, so might have to take that out in Photoshop. We'll see. You guys know what the photo turned out looking like because I haven't edited yet, but I'm throwing it up in the video now, so you judge for yourself. Oh, and at the end of this video, I'm gonna put all of these photos side by side, just like how I'm gonna put them on the wall once they're printed. So stay tuned for that at the end. clear water. Let's go ahead and out and seek out a good spot to get a good shot of this pier. Alright, it's showtime. We're here, final shot of the day. Hopefully it goes well. Get some pretty severe lighting going on with the sun setting just to the left of the pier here. So that should make for an interesting shot, so let's see what we can do. It's like the theme of today is obstacles and things getting in the way of what I was imagining. But that's part of photography sometimes, is you got things happening that you can't control and you have to sort of work around them. That's part of just working off the cuff while you're out in the field. I've got a couple of like sand tent things going on and I'm gonna try to not get in the shot. I was originally planning to have this be where I'm standing closer to the pier so it compresses the pier down when I zoom in real far. But I'm gonna have to stand off to the left a little bit and hope for the best and try to get what I was hoping to get today. So, let's see how it goes. Well, I definitely found a better frame, better composition. Coming down in front of the people, I was able to work around them instead of having to deal with them being in my way. So I'm actually gonna do a little bit of a wider shot down closer than what I was originally planning, being further away and trying to zoom in and get a more compressed composition. So I'm gonna try to get all of this right here a little bit wider and see how it goes. That was it. I think I'm done. Turned out to be better than I was expecting. Well, that's gonna do it today. That ends this vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the pictures. And eventually one day when I have them printed and up on the wall, I'll show you guys in a future vlog. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Just a little fun trip across Florida along the famous State Road 60, Route 60, documented via photos. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. It's good to be back. Later.